Greetings, all, and welcome to Noetic. I am CJ, and we will be exploring an essay from the maiden voyage of that literary genre. Who's the captain of the ship? Well, it's none other than the 16th century French philosopher Michel de Montaigne. We are on the eighth part of our journey of his first book of essays, and the essay we will be looking into today is titled On Idleness. Now, I don't know about you all, but it's a word I happen to not only know but embody daily. Maybe this Frenchman of the Renaissance can relate to my daydreaming, relate to my wandering mind. And sure enough, that's how he starts the essay, with the wandering mind. Montaigne relates it to a fertile field that is teeming with, as he puts it, 100,000 kinds of wild and useless herbs. This rich field, this rich land, can be used properly if it is sown with the correct crops and is maintained on a regular basis. One's mind works the same way for Montaigne. If it's not occupied, the mind will cast itself aimlessly hither and thither into the vague field of imaginations, as Montaigne wrote. Montaigne had to learn this from experience. He had to learn this the hard way. When he retired from active duty in politics, there was a notion in his mind that it would be time to gain much needed and deserved rest. It would be easy for him. Why? Montaigne thought the years had did a service to his mind, made it, as he wrote, more steady and mature. Was this the case? Of course not. His idleness produced those wild and useless herbs he mentioned earlier. Chimeras and fantastic monsters, the one on top of the other, without order or design. That is what Montaigne saw going in his mind. That is what he saw happening when he put himself down just to rest. The only consolation he could find was to record these idling thoughts in his writing. The goal of this, well, it was to shame his own mind of its idleness. And one would have to wonder if many of the essays in this book are a product of these useless herbs, of Montaigne just sitting in his study, thinking about cannibals, daydreaming about carriages, wandering in his field of aimless thoughts on Seneca or Socrates. But there's something useful to that, though, that one can use their idleness to their advantage, that they can use it in a way that is productive. Think of Neil Gaiman, for instance. Any of the many monsters that are in his stories could have been and are daydreams that he had of fanciful creatures, of the chimeras and fantastic monsters that Montaigne wrote about. Any field, whether it be in the arts or the sciences, can be guided and even benefited from this idleness, from these useless herbs. The only trick, however, is that we have to be like Montaigne. We have to take these useless herbs and put them back into the mix to maybe make compost out of it so that our soil can be more fertile and that our work can be that much better. And I thank you all for idling with me here. And if you want to idle even more, I would suggest you download the Noetic app on your smartphone, be that on Google Play or on the App Store. And you can also find us on YouTube and on SoundCloud. Thank you all so much. Keep daydreaming. Thanks a lot.